Welcome back to it, Afternoon Express, live here on S3, opening it up to some exciting inspiration that's happening on 7 de Lan. Now, on social media, we're asking you this question tonight. Hillside legends and vicious villains. Ooh, yeah. Who's your favorite 7 de Lan character of all time? And I know for a fact we all do have one. So go on to our social media and let us know. Use that hashtag Afternoon Express. And you can connect with us in that way. Right now, though, we are sticking to the pancake theme this week. And we thought that this next recipe was one that couldn't be missed. It's an easy crumpet recipe, which is simple and yet so tasty at the same time, traditionally made by the English. And if we know anything about the English, is that they've perfected this one and have been able to export it all across the globe. Tumi Mokhwai?
Yes.
Are you ready to put him through his paces with this one?
I'm ready to show people that even making a crumpet is well-oiled. I mean, Daniel spoke about well-oiled. This is well-oiling.
And even if you didn't speak English and you spoke Afrikaans,
yes,
there's a prachtig easy one.
Ek gaan hom maklik aanmaak.
Easy.
Ja.
Okay. It's a simple recipe, but we've been following the pancake week this whole week on Afternoon Express, and we showed people how to make pancakes, crepes, and so many different things. So now we're taking it on a different route, and we're making crumpets. And unlike the pancakes that normally use baking powder, we're using crumpet, we're making crumpets, and they use yeast.
What?
But yebo. I know, I didn't know this until I did some research as well.
Zach.
So I'm going to ask you, Zach, to get your hands dirty for us. You're going to make you're going to bloom the yeast for us.
Bloom. What's blooming?
What is blooming? All right. So you know that whenever you're cooking with your yeast, you need it to be activated for it to actually do what you need it to do, to awaken, to basically give you the volume that you need in your bake. But it needs to be activated in this instance. And how you do that is by mixing some of the milk for us into this, put it into the saucepan.
Can I go for it?
You can go ahead and do it.
That's the milk. That's definitely the milk.
I'm cooking,
guys.
Cool.
So,
Zach, you're so excited about this recipe. Are you good in the kitchen? Like
I love cooking, but I like being taught.
Okay, so that's great.
Like usually I do pancakes. I don't do crepes and those sort of things. You know. So I'm excited.
That's perfect. So what you've done there is you've put some milk in there. We had heated the pan and we've switched it off because we don't want it to be hot. We in essence just want it to be lukewarm.
Why couldn't you just heat or rather warm up your milk instead of going through
You could definitely do that as well.
Okay,
it basically depends on you.
Process driven.
Can I put it in the microwave as well?
You can definitely do that, but do that before you add your yeast. Because you might just make it too hot, then you're going to need it to cool down again.
Yes.
So now you can add your sugar, take the saucepan off the stove, then you add your sugar and your yeast. So in order for the yeast to work, like you wake up in the morning and you need a cup of coffee.
Desperately.
So the yeast needs some sugar for it to get up and do its job.
Activate.
So I'm going to put them together, guys. I'm doing it. Here we go, guys.
Let's go.
Perfect.
And it's done.
You can just stir that all together.
I'm a professional, guys.
Well done. And now all you do is stir it all together, put that baby to the side and let it chill.
Can I?
You can.
I'm whisking it, guys.
Whisk it up.
I actually know some terms, eh?
So you know bloom and you now know whisking as well. I mean, we're studying a baking business. I mean, let's be honest.
I'm going to take your dude job too.
Yes.
I'm worried, actually. So now that you've done that, this is what we meant by the blooming. So you see now the yeast has basically woken up. It's like, okay, I'm up, guys. What do you need me to do? We needed to get started with the crumpet dough. And to start it off, I've got some flour.
Okay.
It's important to make sure you sift because all we want to do is we want to bring some air into our crumpets. They need to be light and fluffy.
It's called aerating.
Hey, it's
Is that
no
right?
more.
Stop it. Is that right?
That is correct. We're aerating.
Come on, that is amazing.
Yeah, no, I think my job is on the
Aerating.
It's scaring me.
No, the three of us are starting a PTYLT.
Yeah, we're going to bring out a cookie.
That is it.
Perfect. So now that I've sifted our dry ingredients together, I'm just going to make a little well in the center. And then that mixture that we bloomed earlier, the milk and the yeast, go into the center.
Okay.
And then we're just going to whisk this all together. But
The word
there's
whisking.
still so many steps.
Whisking.
There's still too many steps to this, right?
Yes.
Once it's done, I'm
Maybe
going to
Zach should whisk it so we know if you want it's going to be
Guys,
like an
I can do this, and I'm going to have it like a professional, all right?
Yeah. I mean, listen, even the way you're carrying or handling that bowl.
I told you I can cook, eh?
You've done this before, haven't you?
I have.
Okay, you're just being modest.
I was being modest. Right? I've actually done this recipe, this exact recipe.
And I love that because it's all about the elbow grease, and I see that your elbows are definitely into this. So well done.
Is that why your arms are so strong to me? I often wonder why you look like you gym every day. Kanti
You don't understand the amount of work that goes into this. So once this is done, it goes to proof. But proofing, we basically mean we get to this point where once it's activated, the yeast is activated, it creates these bubbles. So it basically means it's bubbling away. It's not necessarily fermenting, but it's bubbling away and getting activated so that we can now cook our dough.
How long would you leave it for in the process of proofing?
I normally suggest that you leave it at least for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Right? 45 is the minimum, and then once we're done doing that, then we can start baking our crumpets. And I'm just going to dollop a little bit into the center. As you can see, I've got a bit of an egg ring here, or mold. The only reason for that is that the signature difference between crumpets and many other pancake bakes is that they've got that signature round.
And I can tell you why you're using an egg ring. I know that I can't tell you why you are using the egg ring, actually. Why are you
Why are we using the egg ring?
Signature standard circular forms.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to go around the plate like a pancake.
You know what somebody used to say to me is that using an egg ring or cookie cutters, for example, allows you to have, uniform sizes. And also helps you with making more than one at a time, which you really do want. And here's the thing about these, right? A distinct characteristic of crumpets is that the little holes that come from the bubbles created by the yeast, that makes it so different and so distinct. And if you've made your crumpets in advance, all you have to do then is, I suppose, toast them lightly on both sides when it's time to serve them. I've been taught that. In fact, you told me that earlier before.
I know, but I mean...
So you're taking actually what she said.
And then I'm just
and now you're looking like the professional.
So we've got a Clever Classic on there. I'm going to actually taste. Should I actually put some, custard over?
I think you should, and then maybe give Zach some a bit.
In fact, maybe he should taste.
Guys, I'm so flippin' excited about this. I haven't had carbs in a year, so this is I'm going to explode right now.
Zach!
Hey! I'm going to take my son's
Go
job
for it and tell us what you think.
That was a nice big bite.
Looks so good.
Guys, I'm exploding right now.
Oh,
this is really good.
Go. So listen, if you want to get this recipe, go on to afternoonexpress.co.za. You will get all of the ingredients as well as the step-by-step guide on how to make it come to life. How does it taste? Nice?
It's amazing.
Okay, that's great. I love that for you. Now, listen, now that we've nailed the fundamentals, it's time to turn up the creative dial. Turn up the volume, baby. When we return, we prepare a savory Japanese-inspired corn crumpet. Pillow soft that you may want to just rest your head on them or just actually gobble them. We'll see you in a bit.